Welcome to my ultimate budget build. No, this is not what we're going to discuss. And no, I hope this did not wind up as the image for clickbaiting folks. If it did, I apologize. That's not my intentions. This is just to put stuff in context. So this is my competition limited optic pistol that I run. I got it earlier this year, courtesy of a wonderful wife of mine who bought it for me. I put an SRO on it. Ultimately, with it as configured and built, and we can go into that detail if you want to know what I spent on this or how I built this, comment below and I'll make a build video on basically what it cost me to build this. But due to recent events, I inquired a really cool budget build, which is what we're going to talk about, and I'd like to call it the ultimate budget. Now, this as configured, we'll just say is about $2 grand-ish, because I've had some things that had to be replaced and purchased that, due to the time of purchasing, cost quite a bit to get to be delivered. And, you know, when you want something that's in demand, you sometimes got to pay a premium, but this is not about budgeting this guy. It's about the budget build of this. So ultimately here, if you've seen my other video or the short, this run complete as seen here with these mags and these 3 mags cost me $552 out the door, or as seen here, right? And let me break this down. I'm in the slide and basically into the dagger core component for $130. I paid $330 for the, $329, but $330 for the Holosun EPS, and this is not the EPS RD2. This is the EPS, the standard EPS that comes with the conversion plate, and it's a little bit, as you can see, it has a little bit of an overhang. The carry, from what I've seen on the internet, specifically on the dagger, is flush. I paid a little under MSRP for this. After looking it up, you can find this on Amazon for $344. I paid $329 at Bass Pro, a credible retailer. Plus, if you have issues, you take it back to Bass Pro. If you have an issue with, like I've ran into with purchasing Holosun and other optics, thinking I'm saving $1 or $2 or getting a good deal, turns out it's a bad knockoff, it's a factory second or whatever. Never had good vibes with that, so I've discontinued purchasing optics and majority of my firearm components on Amazon. But it doesn't mean to deter you from it. Everybody has a different experience. That's just mine, and I learned my lesson. All right, so once again, $130 for the pistol. Now I had to put it together. Don't go to the store and buy it that way, but it is serialized. Did require a background check, and I did purchase it at a local gun store. I actually got all the components at a local gun store, and due to the sale, like I said, I'm out $130. I did purchase the grit grips. This was $42, and after checking, I didn't have to pay shipping apparently. It just only cost me $42 to have it shipped, and it takes, you know, they don't tell you how long it's going to take to show up, but it got to my house in 3 days. So yeah, it was pretty well done. It is aluminum. It is not a 3D printed plastic one. I did see quite a few of those on the forums, and you can get those for like $10-15, but yeah. This is an aluminum one from Grit Grips, and it's $42, and it showed up pretty quick, and I have an install video on that if you want to look that up. And it's got a neat little function that I thought was neat, that when you thread this in, it clicks when it's set. It doesn't need to be torqued in, and it tells you that. It doesn't tell you it clicks, but it does tell you don't want to over tighten it. Like I said, I got the Holosun on here, and this thing is just jamming. When I did purchase it, I did get 3 magazines with it. These are the Magpul Glock mags, as you can see here, and they're 15 rounders, and they suck ass, right? They're very flimsy, and when I put rounds in, this thing shakes more than a maraca. You know, I could be like, shake, 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 Sonora. Yeah, Beetlejuice plug, if you remember the original, but hey, yeah. These are junk. I probably won't really use these unless I'm going to use them for a backup. And the intention is this to was a budget competition, and maybe if I have a friend that's interested in doing competition shooting, but they don't have specifically a firearm to fit the class, might let them use this, or I may myself just maintain this as a backup because I have had issues with my Springfield. But yeah, I've run this thing hard. As you can see there's some wear and finishing issues here now that are occurring. Like, it's not glowing or glistening, it's just that. But yeah, I've run this. I've had a lot of fun with this season. But like I said, this is what we're talking about here. And it's the stock internals. Haven't done anything. Like I said, it's a little stiff, but it feels good. Triggers, you know, like a Glock. It's mushy as all hell. But $552 versus approximately $2,000, you know, for the same class. Now, I can take this pistol and this pistol and run it in the same class without any issues at all. And it might be fun just to do it for shits and giggles. But you guys let me know if you want to see me run this in a competition. But I generally run this guy. And sorry. But yes, these suck. And the reason why I dislike them is this floor plate is different from a traditional Glock floor plate, which means like I can't just add the plus cap on here to this to make it essentially a 19 round magazine, depending on how deep this follower is. But these basically equal to 20 rounds, even though it caps out at 17 on here. It fits 20 rounders. As mentioned in the short, I got these for approximately $25 each. And the reason why I got these, like I said, apparently in my town, these don't sell so well. So these were discounted about $5, actually $8 less than these in black, which I thought was weird. But I also know from owning the Glock Bronzer that locating and finding the color mags is a niche thing, and maybe they got these in bulk and figured they'd sell, or I got the last ones that really didn't sell. But yeah, 25 bucks a piece for a Glock mag, 20 rounder. Now with the magwell, it does not seat completely flush, but I actually like that. With the magwell, you get that little bit of pressure on the grip, which really forces me to hold high, allows me to really draw and find my red dot very quickly. It does fit traditional Glock 19 holsters. So if you have already a holster, yes, no locking issues. Actually, I think it's a little stiffer than I want to. In the very near future, I will be running a Ghost holster on this, as I prefer to do that in competition, especially with the compact grip. Having this here even off the waist, it doesn't allow me a whole lot of gravity to get into it. As you can see, like, I really run into it versus with my Ghost holster. Now granted, this is, somebody gave me this for free, and the Ghost holster or race holster operates like this, and it doesn't pop out. It can be locked through a switch here, right? And that's my intention for that, because I can then create one belt for each. Or my real intention is that if I have the same here, I can just unbolt these two, pop it out, set it in, set my angle, lock it down, be good to go without an issue with switching, having a whole entire rig difference. Because the mags that I use, the Duramags for the 2011 or this Prodigy, have essentially the same overall thickness here and up front. So I don't believe the mag holsters I use will have an issue. And I generally, right now, use a Taco, so it supports this mag, and when I shoot PCC, I put my Glock mag in, right? So yeah, these are great. And if you're wondering, yes, you can go full bore ghetto, and if you want to run gangster, you can run the full 33 rounder Glock magazines. But yeah, they fit, no problem. Don't come loose. I know that from some other firearms, I've learned that the Glock mag, pistol mags are compatible, but when you put the 33 rounders in them, like in the platypus, they don't always latch very well. But like I said, it's a wonderful Glock clone, takes all the Glock components. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That's a full breakdown. Like I said, this ran me $552 out the door as built, as you see in here, with all the stuff in front of you. More to follow.